giant Route 66 hot air balloon. It's over here at the Route 66 Casino. This stop's great because they have several of these arrows all over the place. A couple over by the casino, a couple over by the gas station. That sign actually might be fighting for largest gas pump in the world. I don't know. We saw one, they look like about the same size. Here you can see they have arrows going all the way up to the front of the casino side. But look at the hotel side. Isn't that great? They went through all the effort to put the Route 66 marker sign there. I thought we had to show it. Let's get back on the road. If you follow those power lines over there, you can see where the old road used to go. We encountered a sign that said this village is closed to all non-Indians due to religious activities. Please keep out, do not enter. Not something you see every day, but something you definitely encounter. I know when I went out to Taos, New Mexico, was making videos about Dennis Hopper, I wanted to go out to one of the places and they did religious and spiritual activities out there, and they had signs when you got there that said no photos or videos on the premises. I love coming out and seeing this kind of geology, all these rock formations and everything like I used to when I was going out to Joshua Tree, but check out this unique one behind us. This one they call Owl Rock because it looks like an owl, of course. It can definitely be a lonely road. Telling Scott I think this part coming up is what they based the ride at California Adventure off of, Cars ride. Here's another one of those kind of abandoned parts of Route 66 Laguna. It says this used to be the town post office. Or some sort of, maybe even a grocery store one time. Native American arts and crafts. Oh, it's called Sweetie's Gifts. Probably an old garage, huh? Right here in Budville. Wanted to stop out here at this one because I noticed that it was all closed down, shut down and everything. But I had watched an old documentary with Peter Fonda, and he came by here when this was still a bustling little trading post. Too bad. Looks like whatever the Dixie was here in town, they're closed also. A little drive-through window, who knows what they had, but they were around since 1936. Left behind their old Budweiser King of Beer sign. And it looks like whatever King's Cafe and Bar had going on, it ain't going on anymore. That's unfortunate. Another kind of ghost town on Route 66, San Fidel. Looks like they used to have a trading post over here. That one's closed. The one across the street is closed. See, I think that used to be a trading post too. Yeah, I think Scott's right. This used to be an old motel. You gonna stay there, Scott? We got a couple of cool old roadside rotting signs here. Scott was looking at the rocks over here and he goes, hey, look at that. It looks like there's like a village or something carved in up there. I said, I think that's our next location. I think that's the mission we're going to. This is the Santa Maria Mission. It was built in 1933 and basically just sits overlooking Route 66. I thought it was kind of worth coming up and taking a look at. It's not open, but I can see inside. Pretty interesting place out here just to kind of take in. I knew Scott would love this kind of stuff. The old missions. Another classic old sign alert. We just entered the town of Grant. We found this for the sands. So one of the kind of fun things to do along Route 66, I know Kingman has one, but Grant's has one also. It's called a neon drive-through. You come up here, you drive your car in. If it's nighttime, they got the neon lights on, and what you're supposed to do is park your car and then take a photo of yourself with your car, as though it's kind of like a postcard like that. So we'll give you a little taste of that. There, quasi accomplished. Scott, you look less than impressed.
I'm looking at this. There's this thing where you donate. You could take a rock with you, but they ask you to leave one. They're supposed to be for motivation and inspiration.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I heard good things about the mining museum here, so talked Scott into checking it out with me. The Uranium Miners Building. So this museum actually has an underground tour that you can take yourself, so we're gonna take it. This should be fun. They even have a call bell here you can ring. Here we go. Interesting. Station is where workers and materials entered and leave the mine. They are lowered and raised through this shaft in a cage. Huh. Here's an emergency escape, it says. Oh, wow. Oh, they have a driller set up. Blasting the rock requires the holes first be drilled into. Here they're drilling into it. All the cleanup.
Yate, my name is Tom Hinio. I work in the uranium mining industry for 29 years. Most of these years were put in at Church Rock mine site near Gallup, New Mexico. Vent drifts were driven to provide a means of discharging contaminated air from the active working places or to provide fresh air to a particular part of the mine or working places.
There's drilling holes, and they're loading them up with Just to blow them up. Explosives. Interesting. Oh, that's what they pull the rocks out with. The equipment repair shop. Huh. Interesting tour. Then we come in here and we've entered the lunchroom. It's crazy. We are inside of an operating mine experience. They've got the whole feel and everything. And this is where we entered.
You're on stationary where you are located at this time.
I just noticed that somebody put their little pin that they give you. We haven't gotten one, or maybe they bought it. It said, "I went underground."
Also work
The uranium mine.
Location down the shaft in the cage in which you just stepped out of.
There's something over here that I noticed when we were driving in that I wanted to take a look at. And they have these giant Native American baskets kind of all up and down Route 66 we've noticed since we entered Grants, if you're into those. This is what caught my eye. I love this big sculpture because it really encompasses this area, but also Route 66 and the whole history and just a little bit of everything. You can see, I mean, over here we have textile making, right here weaving. You got people sharing a drink. You've got the trading post and motel signs here. Cobra Gardens. And then right at the top, an homage to Route 66 in the state of New Mexico type seal. And you come down, you've got the uranium workers, you've got the trains, kind of more Route 66 down here with the car. And you have the Native Americans here. This is just such, I love it. Such a fan. This guy's out here fishing. How great is that? And he got one. I don't know. I just saw it and I loved it. I thought this thing was magical. Yeah, too bad the Uranium Cafe's gone. Yeah, we did eat some food in Uranus on this trip. Not just food, it was fudge in Uranus, remember? There you can see some of the baskets as we leave. Some more of them. Let's race. Now, time to do a little shopping. Continental Divide Indian Market. Not just a clever name either. We're really there. I think the people that own this also own the El Rancho. These are cool. They all have turquoise in them. All these crosses you can buy. All kinds of cowboy hats. And Continental Divide Route 66 shirts. You can buy a train whistle. I love this kind of jewelry. This stuff's great. I've loved it ever since I was a little kid. The beaded jewelry. You can also stock up on your fireworks while you're here. Wow, that's cool. Even the pottery. Here's all the fun stuff. You got the sage, you got the maracas, you got the little Mr. Miyagi hand drums from Karate Kid 2. Got all kinds of stuff over here. Slingshots, whistles and flutes. They have the Mr. Miyagi hand drum in Route 66 versions. Wow, I like those colorful blankets. So we found a more scenic site for the Continental Divide before we make our way to Gallup. We just thought we'd take a little scenic overlook here. We saw this place, Top of the World, like their little totem poles, and it said shop at a Navajo Hogan. I've never done that, so let's do it. Oh wow. That's very cool. At this, they sell arrows. That's cool.
Are they real metal?
What's at the tip? Oh, it's like a real arrowhead. Can you show me the arrowhead part of it? I love that. That's really old school. Travel Games Auto Bingo. I love it. We're headed to Gallup, and familiar place for me, one of my favorite places, so good place to call it a night. Yes, indeedy, I love coming here to the El Rancho. This was the home to the movie stars. Here it is, charm of yesterday, convenience of tomorrow. Oh yeah, the best. The whole second floor is covered in movie star pictures signed by people that stayed here while filming movies. The heyday of it all. Here's an old shoe shine stand over there. Get your stamps and cigarettes right here. There's a picture of Errol Flynn up there filming Dodge City out here. That's kind of cool, 1939. I realize I've never been in the lounge of this place. It's got stained glass. Really cool stained glass, like gunfighters. Somebody having fun drinking and somebody making a bad decision gambling. All right, all checked in. Let's go up and check out the room. They name all the rooms after a celebrity that stayed here. Oh, I'm actually in the Rosalind Russell room. Nice. I can dig it. It's even got a great portrait of her in here. The bed looks pretty cool. Then over here they have one of her movie posters with Fred Murray, which is actually the room next door. Take a letter, darling. Now the bathrooms are a little cramped, I'll admit. Not too big, but look at the shower curtain. I love it. So look at all those lamps, aren't those great? Figured I would show you before we wrap it up. I had teased you with, they had all kinds of celebrity signed photos in here. Look at that wall. Oh, perfect. There's a signed photo of Rosalind right there. Our namesake for our room. Here's a signed picture of Lucille Ball. The Legs, Betty Grable. Even Mae West, and she even signed hers out to the El Rancho down here. Scott makes friends everywhere he goes, I swear. Wonder what Doris Day worked on out here, but she made hers out to the El Rancho also. They're all personalized to this place. Hey, how about that? Gene Autry. Alright my friends, I hope you enjoyed today's adventures on Route 66. I want to thank Heath Invader, Jolene Cladoris, and Mark Q for becoming Patreons to my channel and helping to support this channel and all the adventures. And thank you all for watching. We will see you all tomorrow from Gallup, New Mexico. Have a great night and goodbye.